All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How you doing today? Is it
Morning,
me?
buddy. I'm doing all right. Better than the
Okay.
market. How are you?
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now, man. This thing is taking a nice dive at the moment. Doing good, my friend. Doing good. Norm, I'm sure you're probably just digesting the information now as it's coming through.
Yep. PPI inflation data, wholesale inflation data, producer price index just came out. Hotter than expected. Not good.
Yeah.
Let me check over here. I'm seeing two different numbers, so I don't know which one's correct. It was estimated at point 0.2. It was point 0. It was flat, 0 the prior month. Came in at point 0.4. I've got one source saying. I've got another source saying point 0.3. Either way, that is not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Not fun for this Friday, guys. So definitely gonna change a lot of what we had on our gappers list right now. So this would change drastically. We're gonna see some names coming up on our gap down list. Of course, all week we've been just kind of moving sideways a little bit. Many stocks very choppy, no continuation.
Core
Uh,
PPI point
you
4.
know,
Okay.
waiting for this number here. So uh we'll see in a couple of minutes what this gappers list looks like. But at the moment, you can see here the reaction we're getting with the overall market right now. So let's see. We'll give it a little bit to kind of settle in and see what kind of
What's
bounce we're going to
funny is
get
my
here.
list has not done what your list has already done.
Huh.
I don't
Your
know if
list
I'm
is
not updating or what,
let
but
me make sure. Yeah. Live always. Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
that's all right. It doesn't really matter. I've got the stuff that was on it prior, which is what I want anyway, because that's the stuff that
That's
might
really
truly be
on
in
its upside.
play. We
Yeah.
can look at this other stuff, but
Yeah. And the good thing about this here, we can actually go back, which is nice, right? We can go back to historical data and see. We could look at, for example, A15,
now I have
805.
a share song stuck in my head. God, I
Which
can't think
which
of
one?
anything worse.
Which one?
If I could turn back time, I
Yes,
just want
sir.
to
Only
jump out of
here
a
on
fucking window
your
now.
pre-market show. All right, so we can't get Norm to dance, but we can get him to sing. I take that. I take that. I'm not greedy,
That
man.
was
I'm not,
terrible. Don't do that. Especially I was up late last night.
Same here, man. It was a tough morning. My daughter, she got the shot, the flu shot, 2 days ago, and I think she started to build up a fever. So hasn't been great the last two
Sorry,
days, but
dude.
she'll hopefully by this
Mine
weekend
was
she'll
too
be okay.
excited to go to sleep.
I'd rather have that. But yeah, yeah. Um, all right, guys, let's get going here. Right now our gappers list again, it's just all over the place. We'll come back to this in a second. Before we do that, let's look at the overall market norm. I know the big elephant in the room is we already discussed, but
I
what
mean,
else
the
we got going on?
PPI just came in was the big one. We've been waiting. The market has been dead. We've got CPI next week. I didn't think PPI would have as big of an effect as it has, but
Yeah.
I'm not too surprised by it considering how bad it was. Anyway, 10 a.m. we've got University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index and their 5-year inflation expectations, along with wholesale inventory revisions. Noon, real household wealth, real domestic debt growth. So, um, I, we're gonna have an interesting day. PPI's given us a gift of getting kicked in the face. So, buckle up and let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. And
I know some of you guys bitch about Fridays, but this is gonna be the best day of the week. It looks like.
oh yeah, I
I
agree
don't buy into the whole
100%.
Friday sucks idea, but
Yeah, I don't think it sucks. I think value might die down a little earlier if depending what time of the year it is, but for the most part, we see good trading on Fridays, right?
good.
So um I'm with you there. All right, guys, let's get to it. So our list right now, we're going to look at just the top the top five, especially on the gap up list here. See what's happening there. We got some big digits in there that were moving like this before the drop, and you also got again a few Chinese tickers also leading the way here. Billy up another 4.7. They were up big yesterday, and I thought I saw some more. Did they just hop off this list? I could have swore I saw
I
more.
don't know what all those are, dude.
Yeah, there's some stuff on here that I don't know. Have no idea what
That
this
you
is.
need to refresh or something. Something's fun.
Yeah, you don't have this
I'm not seeing
aside
that
here.
on any scanners.
Let me see here. You know what? Let's
There's a
give
bunch
it.
of garbage on there, dude.
Let's do this. Let's close it. and we'll reopen and see what's going on there.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
yeah.
We'll close that up.
Mine doesn't have any of that.
All right, let's see what's going on here. My stuff is stuck with some garbage there. It's not good. Let's see if we could fix that there. Over on YouTube, guys, welcome. Good morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day. If you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. If you're wondering today, no engineering the markets on Fridays, but Jai will be back Monday, giving you your
There you go.
daily dose. Oh, this is so much cleaner. Your daily
Yeah.
dose of the macros and the overall market. All right, perfect. Let's link our trade ideas over to our montage. It's going to help us move a lot faster here. Here we go. Where did all that stuff come from? What the heck was that? Um, much cleaner. Uh, yeah, this is perfect. So let's start with gapping up this morning. We have BXRX today, and then this one is up 48%. So big pop this morning for these guys. Not a great stock. The top of the day looks horrible. Very light volume. Biotech company. What's the news today on this, Norm? Anything exciting? Look at the flow.
Yesterday they released some phase 2 data. They got some moves on that. This is a pop above that. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, 420 and 92,000 shares flow. So it's extremely low flow here. Yeah, not a big fan of that type of flow. And I think today, like with the way the market is moving, we're gonna find some really clean stuff to trade this morning. Let's take a look at Docu today. So Docu here, guys, we are up 10% this morning. Any news on this?
Yeah, earnings last night beat expectations there. This was a big COVID play, stay-at-home play. They are one that seems to be continuing to benefit to a degree. I mean, they've pulled back quite a bit, but still.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and you guys know how we feel about this one. We've seen it plenty of times. It's a hit or miss. More often than not, it trades horrible, or at least not as great. Not sure about today. I think today
Not
is
being much
probably
volume going through it right now.
yeah. And I
It
think
might
like
get going
today,
later, but I'm not seeing a whole lot at the moment.
yeah.
I mean, look at the volume no,
Volume win.
maybe this is a
Yeah,
possible at
this is a
best.
so week maybe, week maybe. Yeah, agree. Uh, here's Billy. Here's Billy this morning. So again, up
Are you
again.
saying there's a chance?
Yeah, up another 4% today. So again, they've been rallying pretty good here on the daily at least. 890,000 shares traded. I mean, didn't trade all that well yesterday though, right? I mean, it's just look at this madness. And we didn't look at the stuff from yesterday this morning, but everything looked like this except there was one ticker that I had on my list that was amazing was Oxy. Oxy was really clean. Then everything else was just sideways action, very light volume, and you just have to be very patient. But Oxy was the only one that really did something clean here of the stuff that at least was on my list. So Billy today, again, not seeing anything overly exciting on this one. Maybe a possible. I do like the fact that they're still strong on this catalyst. I think they had what they had was it not earnings an upgrade? I think it was an upgrade they had alongside everything going on with China as well. Here's Baidu. Baidu this morning up 2.4 at the moment. No volume. There's just really nothing to see here. We're going to move down to Netflix. Netflix today, we do have a gap up of 2.5. Any news on Netflix, Norm? Seems to be making some noise. The daily looks good too. I like the daily on Netflix.
I
Float
haven't
net.
seen anything other than this
Mhm.
dramatic couple documentary out of the UK and maybe an upgrade
Okay.
out of Wells Fargo
Let's put them on here. We can always fine tune
to
this later.
overweight, price target 400 from 300.
Right, we'll put them on here as a secondary for now. A possible one. I like the daily on it. Looks good. Pre-market. It's not bad. I mean, you're not going to get a whole lot on Netflix. 211 is okay. Up 2.4. All right, that
Yeah.
covers our gap up list. Not a whole lot looking great there. And let's take a look at over at PHVS. PHVS is
Biotech.
PHVS biotech company.
This one, I don't see anything fresh on this morning. They had news yesterday. They had a big pop. They're just pulling back a little bit. I think this is a second day play garbage
Yeah, yeah. So no good here. I don't like it neither. Daily looks messy, and you could just see how bad this can be. Here's Coin, man. Coin testing some support here, man. Dropping 2.8. It's been trying to hold on to this. What is this? 40.36. Could be interesting. I like the daily on it. Volume is not great right now, but I do like the possibility of a breakdown here on Coin, especially if the SPY. Let's see what kind of bounce we got here. If the SPY is going to be weak, that can reflect on Coin pretty nice there. So I like Coin as a possible for now. Take a look at Lee. Lee is 839,000 at the moment, down 2.9. Um, you guys got what they had this morning. It's got good pre-market activity. Something happened here earlier today, looks like. Have any news? Pre-market earnings on the today. Earnings today. There we
No,
go. No, no. Did I read that
no,
wrong?
they got a downgrade, I believe.
Oh, downgrade. Okay, okay.
Their earnings a month ago.
Oh, all right. So this data must be wrong here. I got December 9th pre-market. So, all right. So downgrade. I like lead then. I like lead today. It's got good
Oh,
volume.
Lee. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Coin. Lee did have earnings this morning, correct? I thought you were talking about
Oh,
Coin.
okay, okay, okay. So Coin, all right. So just to clarify, Coin had a downgrade, which is what we've seen this action this morning, and then
Yeah,
Lee is the one
had
with the
earnings overnight.
pre-market action, pre-market. Sorry, earnings. Yes, there we go. Okay, excellent. Both of these good guys. Coin, okay. Let's see where that goes there. Again, the daily looks very interesting on Coin, and Lee has some good pre-market activity this morning, down 3.2, 844,000. All right, let's look at let's see, Becky's coming up on our list. This list is going to change, so we'll keep an eye on it, see what else pops up on here as the SPY continues to do its thing. Looks like it might want to go in a little bit lower here, back towards the low of the pre-market at 392.75. We'll see how things are going to react this morning. I thought this would have happened more next week, but let's looks like Friday is going to be a good day.
We'll
Very,
get it
very,
next week too.
yeah, get some
This is
volatility.
just the appetizer.
There we go. There we go. Norm, anything you like on your? I know it's early, especially with the way the market is moving. We're going to get more stuff, but do you have anything you
No,
got your eyes
not
on?
really. And I might focus on some leveraged ETFs or something this morning. SQQQ, SOXL, SOXL, TNA, that stuff. Big move in the market took place, and not a whole lot going on with individual tickers. So
Yeah,
sometimes I
you're
like to play
right.
the index stuff
Yeah,
when I'm seeing that.
it's a good point. I mean, we went from red to from green to red here, and dropping some more. And there's not a lot of tickers on this list, at least just yet. It will change if we continue to drop, but you're right. There was not a big reaction from some of our usual suspects just yet, or they're just not hitting our
I
list. But
mean, they're
here's Apple.
moving,
Yeah,
but
yeah, but it
there's no
wasn't like
gap.
a right, right. It
You
wasn't
know,
like a
they're
huge.
yeah. I mean, they're moving with the market,
Yeah, yeah.
um, but just not that big.
And
Not
if you
that.
notice, their volume is not anything crazy neither, right? Like Apple gets 700,000 on a regular basis. AMD gets their 406 here and there. So it's not like they're getting this outrageous volume neither with the move that we're getting. So it's very interesting to see that. I'll tell you this, I'll be looking at Apple today. It's going to just do whatever overall market stuff is doing. So I like that one this morning. And
If I
we'll
had
see.
to, Tesla.
Oh, yes. What is Tesla up to? Tesla, another one that's gonna, it's got 2 million already. And if you guys been watching, Tesla's been getting the volume on its own already. So today with this type of move, they're gonna see even more volatility. Let's head over to our YouTube chat and also our members chat. What do you guys have this morning? Docu earnings. Yeah, I don't like Docu. It's in play today, guys. If there's any day to watch it, today would be the day. But I think this stock for me just trades horrible, man. Lack of volume more often than not, even when they have news. This gap up though could be interesting. You can get a sell down here to close the gap, or if the news is really going to be strong, you can push up higher. So today will be the day if you like this type of ticker. Um, Heading down here, we have Neo, Mr. T, or not Mr. T, but T. We have a Mr. T and we have a T. So Neo from T is down 1.3, 1.7 million. They have the volume. They're daily getting a little bit messy here. Again, we had a good time here with Neo. You could tell by the daily, little spike in volume. The last couple of days, we have not seen much, right? The volume is kind of back to its regular normal. activity, and we're not getting no continuation. So I
Might be
like the
better.
drop here. Go ahead, Norm.
I was just gonna say it might be a better day to have some Mr. and Mrs. T. Bloody
Yes.
Mary mix.
Yes, I agree 100%. So not really in play right now. It has the volume, but Neo gets the volume no matter what, even when it's going to be choppy. So you can really go by that. We'll have to wait. I cannot say it's not a good possible, but maybe not on the main list this morning. Um, okay, here we go. Oh, what else do we have, guys? You never see none of Norm's trades. No, I can't be right. Norm shares them all the time in chat. His trading. Um, all right, let's take a look here, guys. Over on YouTube, what about Meta and mRNA? Let's look at Meta this morning. Meta. We are pretty much flat right now. Volume is, it's volume's not doing a whole lot. Again, just kind of overall market activity at the moment. Before that wasn't really doing a whole lot. Daily looks interesting. I don't think this is really in somewhat in play on its own, so I won't be adding it to my list because again, it's just doing overall market stuff, and you can watch better tickers for that. Nora mentioned something good. Even ETFs today, that follow the SPY, the Qs.
Somebody asked why choose ETFs. There are many, many, many reasons.
Yeah,
Yes, they usually have volume. You don't have individual stock risk. You could literally come up with a dozen reasons why. We don't really have time to go through it all right here, but I don't trade them often,
yeah.
but
Liquidity is one of them too, right? I mean, you
yeah,
can
that
get in
goes
and
to the
out
volume. Yeah,
very, very quickly. Spread is good. Sometimes you might have an actual ticker.
generally
Yeah,
on the
generally.
main ones, it is.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. And the most popular ones, right? Not some stuff that moves, but you could tell the volume's not running
not some
through it.
obscure,
Yeah, exactly. So there's some good.
fetish photo sites ETF or some weird. I don't even know where I came up with that, but
Yes. All right, guys. What
it's
else? We
for my
have
bad.
yeah, it is. David giving us Nvidia this morning. All right. Yeah, overall market, it's got good volume as well. Again, usual suspects today seems to be the ones leading the way. There's nothing else out here outside of our usual suspects that are getting volume and doing what the market is doing at the moment, right? Even our gap down list, if you notice this, there's nothing really gapping down. I mean, we have the same three tickers we had from this morning. I think even one disappeared here. So just nothing sticking out that really is saying, hey, watch me over here. But I think by 9:30, hopefully that would change. It's going to depend a lot on this guy. If this guy decides to continue to drop here, I think if we start losing some ground towards the downside, then we're going to start seeing some real big moves coming out of these usual suspects. But at the moment, pretty much flat as far as the number of gap up or down. Because if you look at this here, we're not even down 2% on many of these tickers. Not even 1%. Um, what else, guys? So let's take a look. Amazon from Fabio. Let's take a look at Amazon, which can trade very well. Yeah, overall market stuff. Again, overall market stuff. You can add this to your list as well. I do like Amazon though. They've been trading decent. They get great volume. Meta, we no, I don't have Meta. Oh, mRNA. I forgot to look at your other one. mRNA. No. No volume. 12,000 shares only traded so far this morning. So you got nothing going on at the moment. The only thing, if you look at this quickly, is your daily, right? Your daily seems to be testing this area up here. And if you can get going, maybe that might be nice to 190. But right now, volume is just not existent in this mRNA at the moment. FSLR, FSLR.
I just put a list. Somebody asked what ETFs I look at. Just keep in mind, guys, those are many of the ones I listed are leveraged. Some of them are leveraged 3 times. So know what you're doing before you even think about touching them. I
Yeah,
am
yeah,
not suggesting you trade them, but if you decide to, make sure you understand them thoroughly and the risks associated with them before
yeah,
doing so, and
100%.
especially what happens if you hold them overnight.
What happens if I never held one overnight? What happens if you hold one overnight?
They decay. It's the
Oh,
nature. It's
yeah, yeah,
just a
yeah, yeah.
mathematical problem. Has to do
Yes,
with the
yes.
fact that if the SPY moves 1%, then they're supposed to, like, the SPY, one that mimics the SPY is supposed to move 3 times what the SPY does. Well,
Right,
every
right.
day it resets, and because of that, they decay over the time. If you look at any of the leveraged ETFs over a long period of time,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see they slowly grind down. They usually do reverse splits in order to get the price back up at a certain point, but you'll have to read about them. They're,
Yeah,
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 correct, Jason. They are not designed to hold overnight.
yeah.
You'll have to study it, guys. We don't have time to go through it here, but just know that.
Yeah. I done some pretty dumb stuff, but that's not one of them because man, that it's scary to hold one of those leverage things overnight. Um, all right, let's look at XBEV. So a lot of you guys throwing that one out today. XBEV this morning, you got some volume, 1.4 here, and daily's just again just kind of like Neo, just going sideways. So we need some kind of breakout one way or the other. And today the SPY right now is not giving it to you; it's giving you volume, but it's it's still not down even 1%. So you're not getting a big push and momentum in any direction right now. So we'll have to wait on that. So I think a lot of these are just going to be sit and wait and see if we can get the SPY to do something or some of these stocks to break out on their own and do something. Lululemon, this thing had earnings, right? I think I thought I heard Jared talking about this yesterday. Lululemon, let me see here. Earnings last night. Okay. Yeah, so this one's in play. I know they can trade well on earnings. I've seen Brian and others take some opportunities on this one. Um, I don't like the fact that they're so light on volume at this
Very
346
spready and they're
price.
light on volume. They can be
Yeah,
traded. I know I've seen them traded. I've traded them very rarely. Just be careful on it.
yeah. Be very careful on this one. I don't like it because the volume is just way too light for my liking. Um, all right, let's take a look here. Boyle cooking with gas.
That's an ETF, yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It says it's cooking with gas this morning. That's for sure. So nice little pop up. This day up right now, 6.3. All right, guys, we'll stop here. Let's take a look at our community events announcements coming up for the next 2 weeks. We will come back and fine tune this list. Let me head over to, sorry. Uh, our buddy Sam Bankman comes up, and when I opened up the browser, and one of the headlines was he's voluntarily going to speak with the feds, I guess, whatever. I don't understand
Oh,
how.
testify in Congress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who does this
One of the
guy know? Like, who does he know at a very high place that he's getting all this kind of
they
flexibility? I mean,
gave him millions, so
I don't understand. This is nuts.
he'll get in trouble. He donated a fortune primarily to the Democrat
It
people.
makes sense. I mean, dude, these
The
guys
one thing
being
about that is he is kind of this morning said that or in that tweet that he'll do it, but he really doesn't know anything because he doesn't have his notes anymore, and they're all within the company, so he probably really won't be able to say very much. I
right,
mean,
right. So this is gonna be a I don't know how to
yeah,
answer
I
that. I
mean,
don't know how to,
he's
it's gonna
setting
be
it
a
up. He
joke.
knows he's going to
Right.
have to talk to people at some point, but he's setting it up like you're not going to get much out of me. So
Man, oh man. Um, let's get to our events.
he'll be in prison, guys. If anybody wants to bet me, I'll take that bet. All right. You're starting at the back to front, buddy. All right. Onboarding technology, 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday night with my man Carlos. Then on Tuesdays, we have strategy. Next Tuesday will be Thor talking about knowing how your system's working, being in control of yourself, etc. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday. The following week, John will be talking about resetting your trading life. Wednesday, psychology. Next week, we have Mike. The next 2 weeks, we've got Mike. The first week, and that should be 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll get that fixed. Matter of fact, I will take a picture as I'm talking about it and get that fixed. 8 p.m. Eastern, pathway to become a successful trader. And then the following week is interaction between Tradebook and trading psychology. Thursday's mentorship, 11 a.m. with John, 8 p.m. with Thor. tradingterminal.com. Our web-based replay simulator is there, as well as scanners, things that people pay thousands of dollars a year for. All included free, just have to sign up so it saves your settings and such. But everything from earnings calendar, heat maps, news, research, scanners, simulator. So be sure to check out tradingterminal.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can use that promo code PreMarket24. That's no hyphens, no spaces, and the number's 24 at the back. That'll get you a discount on the intro membership, which is a one-time payment, does not recur. It's 1 week in the room to check it out. And Holidays 50 to get half off the Elite annual membership. And as we've discussed, that is in place through the month, but after which this month we're going to have to raise prices a little bit in January, so you can lock it in now.
All right, thank you, buddy. Sorry, I was on mute there.
That's all right.
Okay, let's get to it, guys. Yeah, just insane. So reading the comments here on YouTube as well. What's going on with that situation? All right, perfect, guys. Let's get to it. Our list this morning, we are looking at Lee. Lee is looking all right this morning. They had against earnings this pre-market, so you're seeing the action there. Great volume, 905,000. We got Apple. Things are bouncing back, looks like. Let's take a look at the SPY. Yeah, a little bounce here. Is the SPY going to go back to green? Maybe just a little overreaction and back to where it was. We'll see. But Apple doing the same thing. Tesla kind of flat at the moment. NVIDIA and many others of our usual suspects, again, doing the same thing. The overall market is dropping and coming right back here towards that previous day close. So we'll see. Is today going to be one of those days where this is all we get here, and then next week is really where the fun and action is going to be? Let's look out for that. I mean, we're going right back up to the previous day close, seems like. Okay, on our gappers list, just want to check if there's anything else that has popped up that maybe we haven't looked at. ACLX is a new one on there. This thing, all right, we'll give this some time. Doesn't look great either way, but just starting to make some noise, up 15% with 225,000 shares traded. That is dangerous. Be very careful there. So not a whole lot to see there. Low flow also sitting at 22 million shares float. And other than that, I don't see anything else coming up on our list. Well, we have Box. What is Box up to? Block trade, that's why it's on there. And then we have RXDX, which again making a lot of noise on our gap and down list, but this thing is just brutal, guys. Very, very dangerous, very, very spready. Just again, mindful with this one. Not really tradable from the way I'm looking at it. All right, let's get some levels in here, and we'll have time for questions as we're pretty early on the way we're moving at the moment. Let's look at Lee. So Lee right now, their price action pretty stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. So don't need to add a whole lot there. I will add just the pre-market highs and pre-market low all the way down here after earnings report this morning, 22.40, and then towards the top you do have 24.74. So after you put those in there, look at the range. You're within a lot of the levels that have been set in the last couple of trading days, right? Just kind of some sideways action at the moment, and you're pretty just kind of dead center of this range right now. So we'll see what that does. The volume is there for Lee. Again, the initial reaction was not great on the earnings report. Again, we haven't dug into the actual details of what that report says, but you can see it was originally not great, and still down 3.2 this morning. Here is Apple. Apple moving with the overall market. Let's just set some levels, which we're not going to need a whole lot, because if you look at Apple here, we do have our highs and lows of the last two trading days, our pre-market highs above this area here that we're seeing somewhat of resistance, right? We had a little bit of support here, but resistance there for the most part around 143. Above that, we do have our highs at 144.13, just in case the market is going to shock us. And I say market, not Apple, because again, that's what's really moving things right now. 146 up here, great level of support, just in case we're going to get some kind of huge move, which I don't know that we will until next week. Towards the bottom, we have low of the pre-market here, guys. We have 141.46, and then we have plenty of levels towards the bottom. Highs and lows for the last two trading days. So that is Apple there, and more of our tickers are going to look like this, very similar. Again, the last couple of days, we're not getting a whole lot of movement, and we're seeing that in the pre-market, right? You're not getting that big continuation. So just be mindful to be patient with the process and wait for the setups here. High of the pre-market on Tesla, we're looking at 176.98. So we will slam a level there towards the bottom. The low of this would have been Wednesday. The low of Wednesday, pretty much the low of the pre-market right now. So that is set there for you. Don't have to do anything. And once you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, I think you have your highs and lows doing for the last two trading days, doing a pretty good job. You do not need to add any more levels. I would add just this one down here, 166.29. That's the most recent low that we have seen on Tesla. Let's head over to Nvidia. So Nvidia right now, big day. Yeah. Oh, Nvidia had a nice day compared to many of things. Oh, did not have Nvidia on my list. I actually have not looked at this year. So not a bad day. Look at the nice little pop we got there. So very, very good. And they continue to hit this area of resistance over at 170, 171.76, right? So continue to hit that area of resistance. Last time we were on here, we did get a drop from there. So today we're pretty much flat on it, right? So 169.14 is the low of the pre-market, and the high is 173.13 is your high of your pre-market there. We can move this up a little bit more. That's more like it. All right, so that is your two levels there towards the bottom. Let's mark some levels of support down here. I don't, again, the more and more I look at the SPY now, the more I think we're not going to get these bigger moves today. We'll see. 165.23, good area support and resistance across the board. A lot of days slamming into that, so that's good. Above this 173, which we'll have to go back to July, August. Yeah, July, August for the most part. There it is. Good level on the daily, 178.67. And then towards the top, you got the big level at 191. We're not going to see that today, but maybe next week. Who knows? 185.84. Another great level there as well. But that 178.67 is the most reasonable one if we are going to somehow rally today with the SPY kind of carrying things here. Here's Amazon. So Amazon at the moment, you're stuck between your highs and lows of the last two trading days. This range has been set for the last 4 days or 3 days, right? Just kind of stuck within this range, up and down action. Right now, your price action is just smack in the middle of it, right? Right in the middle of this range at the moment. We'll fine tune the low of the pre-market. We'll slam a level at 88.17, right? So one level there, and then towards the high of the pre-market, 91.39. So once you put that on there, guys, you're pretty much set on Amazon. We'll have to wait and see if we can get some kind of breakout. But for the most part, you're just within this range in the last couple of trading days. That's my list today, guys. Lee, I have Apple, I have Tesla, I have Nvidia and Amazon, excuse me. And if we look at this, the only one that's probably kind of doing his own thing is really Lee. Lee's the one that has something going on early this morning. Is not really bouncing back with the market the way some things are. Right, he's got his own thing going on here. So this will be a good one for today to see what's taking place there. Carlos, Netflix is past the R6 and moving into a new value range. Might need some help in setting some levels here. Let's take a look. Where's Netflix? I do have that on my secondary here. Yeah, Netflix. I like Netflix daily. I really do. And actually, on a day like today, where there's so many things just doing the same thing, Netflix does stick out because they're doing their own thing. They have a nice little pop here this morning. They're up 3% right now. And what's the news on Netflix again? What's the deal with Netflix? What we got going on with these guys? Are they coming out with some new series, or what's happening here? 320 high of the pre-market there. Why is it doing that? Oh, sorry, put it in the wrong place. Here we go. 320.22, a little bit higher there. 320.30. Analyst upgrade. Oh yes, that's right. Norm said it. Analyst upgrade on Netflix. So 320 is the high there. We do have a level here at 332. 330. Oh, look at see, we haven't even closed this gap. You guys remember this madness here? We come back a long way, I'll tell you that much. It took almost a whole year here, or at least a couple of months. But yeah, we come back a long way here to close this gap. And 332 is the bottom of this gap, the low of this or the high, however you want to call it. Yeah, that'll be the high. This will be the low here, I guess. So let's see. Almost there. So For anyone that held through this, you should be happy at right now. I know in our community you guys don't do that. So, but anybody else that it's not in our community, if you held through that, this is a good move. Good move. Back to break even. Um, Bless us with ads on a lower tier. Oh, that's right. They were coming out with a lower tier. I can't deal with ads, man. I have become, man, I don't know if I'm getting old or what, but there's certain things that's just I'm not doing ads. You know, I'm not doing ads. And I used to have Hulu. I think I still have it because it's part of my cell phone plan. So that you just have it. And once in a while I hop in there, and the minute I get an ad, I'm out. I'm out. It's just no, I can't do that. Um, Last time I did ads was when you were watching actual TV, which by the way we canceled that. I don't know if you guys you probably did the same thing, you guys. And we got time. We could chat a little bit and get off the rails here on this Friday. I canceled cable. I just told my internet company Verizon, just give me internet, the fastest internet you have, and that's it. But actual TV with like with like ads, and you're right. We just canceled probably like it's been a while, like probably a year ago, maybe more than that. But we haven't watched it even much longer than that. Just came around to seeing, why do I have three cable boxes that I never turn on? We do miss them now for the time. So under the TV, there's no time now. So it's like crap. We gotta get a clock. But I do miss the time on it. That's about it. That was just only use for these cable boxes. But yeah, streaming is everything, man. It's no ads, no way, no way. Clocks are cheaper than cable bill. Agree 100%. 100%. Um, Guys, so here's Netflix. Let's finish levels here, but I think we're pretty good right now, right? You have this level here, which you're kind of trying to get above this 320, 332 is good. That is the next level you really have on here. I like Netflix. I really really do today. Especially we just barely saw a sell down here when the SPY did his thing, and it's right back up to his highs. That's a good sign, I think. I think it's looking pretty nice. So looking forward to that. Um, Amen to no ads. Yes, Nvidia, agree. Agree, agree. Um, so yeah, cable is I don't know how these people are still in business. Ads for TV has to have dropped a whole bunch. I mean, they cannot be as expensive as they used to be. I can't imagine the demand for TVs there. The internet has done to is doing to TV, regular TV, what it has done to like what social media did to like newsletters and news and paper and stuff like that, right? It's doing that. It's crushing it right now. So um all right, perfect, guys. We are all set. Over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. It definitely does help out the channel a whole bunch. Sitting at 107. I'm gonna be lower my standards today. I'm gonna try to get to 150. If we get to 150, that would be great. Um, all set, guys. Any questions? Anything we can answer at the moment? Uh, anything we can? Oh, Peter, hot off the press here. Um, so Peter will be hosting an informal meetup in London, January 5th, 5 to 7 p.m. Location to be determined. Nice. Nice. Can't wait to get that information, guys. So January 5th, more information to come if you're in the area. I know we have a lot of traders in London, so that should be fun. January 5th, 5 to 7. Details are being worked out. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Save the date for now, and more details will be coming on that. Um, all right, excellent. The ads are just all over YouTube and social media now. Terrible. Yeah, I did notice Twitter has a lot more ads. Like every other post on the homepage has ads, right? So that's what's happening now. Companies are, they're coming to social media with ads. Same thing with Instagram. I mean, the ads are just getting out of control. So the good thing is for now, at least on Twitter and Instagram, you can skip right over them, right? So at least for now, that's nice. And and for YouTube, you can pay I think it's $15. I had when I signed up for my phone program, they gave me like 6 months free of YouTube. Man, you could get used to that really quick. Not clicking on a video and not having to wait those whatever seconds for the ads. You can get used to that very, very quickly. So, um, yeah, that's nice. Okay, excellent. Guys, we're all set. I don't see anything else that we should look at. It is. It is. My thing is expired. And I'm thinking about it because man, it's nice to just click on something and actually get the video and not get the ads. So, if you use YouTube a lot, I think it's what, $15, maybe less, I'm not sure. I think it's worth it. Definitely worth it. And then I don't have to hear um, nonsense from fake promises and stuff like that. Going to London to meet Peter. Oh, Brian, you are going with London to London as well? Nice. All right, so we got Brian and Peter in London, January 5th. It's a party, guys. It's a party. All right, moderators list, guys, 912 on this Friday. Let's take a look at the SPY as well. So we get more moderators to send their list. Heading back down here. Let's see if we're going to test the lows, but not really doing a whole lot, guys. We're not even down 1% with all this action we've been getting. We're down 1% maybe from the highs, right? Yeah, we're down 1% from the highs of the pre-market, but from overall previous day close, we're still within that 1%. So again, no big moves unless we start losing some of this here, 394, and not really this. If we lose this here, then we can start getting into some fun action here. Moderators list. Let's bring this over. Let me carry this over here, see what our friends are watching, and we can get into wrapping up our pre-market show, guys. For those on YouTube, thank you so much. Remember, you can always join the chat, guys. $24 for 7 days brings you in, gets you access to our chat room, our onboarding class, and again, you get a real feel for what the environment is like, and what the community and the members are like. Again, here, everybody's very, very friendly. Say hi to YouTube, guys. Everybody's here very friendly, and willing to help, which is key, right? The whole point of the community is uh, to lessen your learning curve, your mistakes, and learn from the experience of others. That's a big, big part of it. So there you go. Speak for yourself. Agreed. But yeah, definitely join the community if you're looking to trade. Don't do it by yourself. Carlos, could the moderator state whether they are looking for a long or short positions with their takers? I don't do that because I really don't know. Now, there might be times where I might say, okay, I would like to see a long position on this one, and I'll show you which one for today. I'm looking for that one to break out because the daily looks amazing, and I think if you break out of an area of resistance like that one, you might see a continuation. You might get a nice continuation. I'll show that in a second. Let's get through our list here. We're looking at Thor. He has Tesla, Uber, BYD, and Netflix. Susan is looking at Tesla, Amazon, secondary list, Netflix. Peter, IPOs for today. We got two. SODR has been here for some time, but keeps, this happens. They keep getting pushed back. That happens more often than it used to, actually now. Peter looking at AMD, Apple, and Tesla. Secondary list, Docu, Billy, and Amazon. Brian will be looking at CHWI, that's Chewy, I believe, Docu, Lee, and UNG this morning. Megan looking at Shop and Coin. What is an IPO? An IPO is an initial public offering. So it means when the ticker is gonna actually open up and start trading in the exchange, right? So every ticker has an IPO date. So these guys here, they were scheduled to open up, some days ago, but sometimes that IPO gets pushed back. Happens with smaller type companies. For example, when Uber opens up, when Lyft open up, you might get a delay for that day, but they usually don't get delayed weeks on end, right? The bigger names, right? But these names, what is this? SODR, what is that? Soda, what? I don't even know what that is. So nobody cares. Nobody cares about that specific company. Let me not say that. I don't even know what that company is. Let me not speak out of turn here, my friends. What is this SODR? Somebody might care, but if you have not heard us talking about it, there's probably not big hype around it because when it's like a big company, we will be all over it. All right, let's take a look here, guys. Also, to answer your question before we leave, 916, I'm running a little bit behind Netflix, right? I want a long on Netflix. I want to see this break out of here of this 320. I want to see it head towards that 330. That would be nice. Everything is setting up nicely for this one. The daily has a nice uptrend. We climb the heck out of this gap down, as you can see here. So even lower, right? We went all the way down to 163. We're at 318, guys, in just a couple of months on Netflix. I mean, that is amazing. That is these guys are doing something right to be able to take that hit and come back like this. These guys are they're on it. They're on it. They're paying attention to their business. So good to see that. Unlike Carvana, mm, that's not good. 450. That's not good. Guys, happy Friday. Take care. Trade safe today. Remember, guys, today it is Friday. You're coming up on the weekend. The market has not been great with continuation. So take what the market gives you. Don't be greedy. If it gives you, 50 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, take it. Right. You might not get that $1.50 that you got last month. End of last month was great. Beginning of November was amazing. End of November, we're starting to see kind of a decline in the continuation. So just be mindful of what type of market you're trading, right? Don't force things. You want to be like what Bruce Lee says, you want to be like water, flexible. That's what you have to be as a trader. Be very flexible and adapt to the conditions. The conditions right now are not great. Next week is going to get a whole lot better, right? It's going to get a whole lot better. Some numbers are going to come out. We're going to get the volatility back in the market, hopefully. Hopefully, we get the Santa rally as well, the Christmas rally. That's going to be nice. So, again, just be available, but be ready to not be able to trade if the opportunities are not there. Very, very important, guys. With that said, I'm going to let you guys go over on YouTube. We're going to continue here in our chat. Brian is up next, trading live with Andrew. Have an amazing trading days, guys, over on YouTube. And have an incredible weekend. And last opportunity to hit that thumbs up, 149 likes at the moment. I guarantee you we will not charge you, but we will fill your hearts with joy and as you get into your holiday spirit. So take care, guys. Trade safe, and we'll see you guys next week.